The 5th of July 2021 in Chatham County, Georgia, started like any other lazy summer afternoon until a silver Dodge Ram with a stolen tag turned quiet roads into a powder keg. Savannah police were already in pursuit as the truck weaved dangerously through traffic, and every driver nearby was suddenly thrust into an unwilling role in the chaos. One motorist even swerved off the road entirely to avoid disaster. That's when Georgia State Patrol knew this wasn't just a traffic stop, it was about to escalate.
It was unsuccessful. Coming up on the 155, he's all over the road, trying to set up the pit again. Tried to pit a second time, unsuccessful.
Then, on a stretch of interstate, tensions boiled over. The Dodge Ram lost control, and in a split second, the chase that had seemed unstoppable fell apart in a spectacular crash.
Ricky tried to pit a third time, fix himself. Roll on.
When the dust settled, the driver was identified as 32 years old Quadramel T. Williams. His passengers were pulled from the wreckage and rushed to the hospital while he was cuffed and hauled off to jail. Worse still, he showed clear signs of impairment but refused a blood test. In the end, his reckless gamble, stealing a truck, and careening through traffic didn't just cost him his freedom. It nearly cost innocent people their lives.
Setting up again, we're crossing under Pryor Road. He's going to try to pin him again.
There are bad ideas, and then there's doing donuts in the middle of a busy Atlanta intersection. On the 31st of July 2021, the driver of a black Chrysler 300 SRT-8 decided to turn the streets into his personal performance stage. Then blue lights flashed, and just like that, the spotlight he'd craved was shining directly on him. Instead of pulling over, he chose to double down, sped up, and fled.
Oh, get on the highway, bitch. I dare you. Oh, you done fucked up now. We are turning right onto the connector. Can't do it right now. We're turning right onto the connector. Left lane, we're going 75, 85 north. Passing 166. We're on 166. On the connector north, 166.
As the car raced toward a blind intersection, tension snapped. Troopers weren't just chasing a reckless driver anymore, they were fighting to keep innocent lives out of danger. And they knew they had to act fast.
He's going to try to pin him again. They're northbound, approaching fire, and step for a second pit. Get in. They're northbound, approaching fire, and step for a second pit. Get out.
The chase ended violently, slamming into a parked tractor trailer, leaving the Chrysler totaled and the driver panicking. He sprinted into the woods, but it only bought him a few more minutes of freedom officers tracked him down and pulled him back to reality. From the hospital to county jail, his wild joyride turned into a long list of criminal charges, all for a moment of showing off. It's another proof that outrunning the law is a game no one ever wins. Early morning on the 31st of May 2022, traffic on eastbound I-20 was just starting to build. But while most drivers sipped their coffee and settled into their morning commute, a green Honda tore down the highway like a rocket. Behind the wheel was Lenny Davis Brown, a man dead set on ignoring the flashing lights behind him. Haralson County deputies were already in pursuit, and Georgia State Patrol had just joined the chase. chase ended soon after Brown bailed out of the car, running on foot and scrambling for cover, but Georgia troopers and county deputies weren't about to let him get away. A K-9 unit turned up nothing at first, but persistence paid off. A second sighting near a gas station led to his final arrest. Brown's reckless escape didn't end with freedom, it ended with a trip to Carroll County Jail, where his morning coffee was swapped for a booking sheet and a lengthy list of charges. The 2nd of January 2023, the streets of East Point, Georgia were about to play host to a drama no one saw coming on a late morning. 19 years old, Matthew Gaskins had already caught the eye of multiple police departments, and not for anything good. He was driving a stolen Jeep Grand Cherokee with multiple felony warrants hanging over his head. When Georgia State Patrol and East Point Police moved in to stop him, Gaskins faced a choice. Fortunately, he picked the one that sparked a chaotic chase. In the end, Gaskins ran out of road and options just as fast. The Jeep was totaled, and troopers took him into custody without a fight. With felony warrants, stolen property, and multiple agencies on his tail, his time on the run was officially over. It's another reminder, trying to outrun the law never ends with freedom. It ends with flashing lights in your rear view and a cold trip to jail.
Alright, he's still in it.
The 10th of July 2021 started like any other summer night on Georgia's highways. But for Georgia State Patrol Trooper Nolan, the routine changed in an instant when a white Hyundai sedan refused to pull over. Behind the wheel was a driver who'd already made up his mind. He wasn't going quietly. What started as a simple traffic stop quickly spiraled into a high-stakes chase, W with bad decisions piling up fast. By the time blue lights filled his rearview mirror, the driver had already chosen chaos over cooperation.
Alright, I got you saying my HDMC. Never mind, we're driving back out of it. We're driving back out. We're still southbound. He tried to exit at 34. Alright, he's cut back up to the embankment. We're going back up towards off of 34 now.
Clear, cutting up the embankment, exit 34.
And we're coming up on 18 now. He's making a right on State Route 18.
Clear, turning right on the 18.
I'm making a U-turn, cutting through the median. We're coming back towards the interstate,
Clear, U-turn in the median, back to the interstate.
Alright, we're getting back on 85, I got a deputy, somebody behind me.
Y'all going northbound or southbound?
We're back southbound.
We're on southbound.
LaGrange. He just rear-ended me. I just 10 feet.
The suspect's reckless moves only escalated the chase, but troopers stayed focused and unshaken. With the gap closing fast, the moment was near. They were about to force the driver to face reality.
Alright. I just touched him again. Alright, he's still in it.
Well, take time. Go for it.
The chase came to a crashing end, and the driver was pulled from the wreckage to face the consequences he'd tried to outrun. Felony fleeing, aggravated assault, reckless driving, the list of charges was as long as the night. In the end, the only thing more destroyed than his car was the illusion that he could outmatch the Georgia State Patrol. Some lessons are learned the hard way, and this one came with a booking photo. The 12th of April 2020 started with a tense call to Alpharetta Police. A stolen Toyota Tundra was circling neighborhoods, and its presence was raising red flags. Residents reported men trying to break into locked cars, moving from driveway to driveway like it was their personal shopping spree. By the time officers closed in, the suspects had already vanished into the streets. But what happened next would turn a quiet Sunday morning into a high-speed chaos.
Pick successful, 1050, 1050.
Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground!
When the dust settled, the suspects bolted on foot. One even jumped over a patrol car's hood like he was auditioning for a movie. The passenger didn't get far, but the driver slipped into the woods only to be spotted later, walking near State Route 400 like nothing had happened. Inside the truck, police found handguns, a rifle, stolen IDs, and wallets. The driver, identified as Tyrell James Curry, was taken into custody, and this runaway joyride finally came to an end. The 4th of October 2022 wasn't just another fall evening in Georgia. Fairburn police were on the hunt for a white Toyota Tundra stolen and linked to a robbery that had neighbors on edge. The truck had already been seen prowling the streets like it owned the place. Officers knew one wrong move could turn a tense situation into a full-on chase. And when the driver made that wrong move, the night lit up with flashing blue lights.
Chesapeake. That's a negative at this time. It was clear. Speed's 109. Northbound 85, coming up on exit 73, Virginia. Traffic light speed 109, coming up on exit 73, Virginia Avenue. 139.
At speeds no one should ever attempt, the tables turned. Our trooper stayed locked in, determined, knowing the only way to stop this runaway truck was to meet force with precision.
We're going to be 95 northbound before exit 73.
The Tundra's chase ended in a crash on Georgia's roads, and the driver played one last card, running on foot. It didn't work. Within moments, he was cuffed. Inside the truck, police found stolen goods, firearms, and robbery evidence. Facing charges of theft, reckless driving, felony fleeing, and resisting arrest, the suspect's night of running ended with only one destination left: jail. That chase might be over, but it's just one part of the bigger story. If you want to see how wild these pursuits can get, check out the next video. Every chase has its own twist, and the next one will keep you on the edge of your seat. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe.